you guys get to see the screensaver or whatever for this video is a broken link. There's a lot of broken links, and then I get told that these broken links to these internet websites for various police departments, various courts, various disability rights places, they keep saying to go to the internet, and obviously, all right, you little fucking rat, stop, go to bed. Oh, you gotta wait till I'm making a video to root around. Sorry about that. I got a unwelcome house guest. Anyway, those of you who listened to the conversation with Mike yesterday know about the county commissioner thing, which I've attempted more than once. Broken link is a broken link. And so many places that I've been told, oh, well, you know, you can turn that in, and then they tell me how to turn it in, and then I go try to turn it in that way, and then, well, of course, it's a broken link. And then I'm treated like a liar, like I never tried to turn it in. Well, I tried to turn it in over the phone first, had to do that alone. Tried to turn it in over the internet, had to do that alone. Got talked in circles, got treated like I never made the attempt, got treated like the evidence I was able to send did not exist. So there's a lot of people who are aware I'm telling the truth about what's going on, at least in their own individual part of it. I wouldn't expect Mike to know everything about the Natalie situation, but he does know about the Stormy situation and the Mossam situation, and he knows a bit about some of Mossam's other victims. He also knows some about Andrew Wolnez's other victims and who they are. It's not that the police aren't aware, it's that they just don't care. So you can read in a lot of different articles, for example, one from the Tillamook Headlight Herald. They use keywords like vagrants. Well, vagrants ain't the right word. That's just a word to be shitty to somebody. That's a word you use to try to play on people's bias. Some volunteers went and tore down that garage that Mossam Vijan was in front of before he decided to... Well, actually, his behavior showed that he decided he was going to do so ahead of time. But nevertheless, when I was able to get the recording started, because like I said, it takes a minute or longer to get it going, he was standing in front of that garage with that pipe. So, them volunteers, that's a good thing they did. I mean, obviously, it was only a problem because of vagrants, right? Well, no, it was fucking dilapidated and unsightly and falling down on its own. Yeah, homeless people were dropping their stuff off. There was one guy whose van lit on fire, so he was trying to repair it right outside of that place and ended up leaving parts there. And in the pictures the Tillamook Headlight Herald shows, well, it shows parts of Sky Crawford's van or bus. And there's a lot of other junk that accumulates over there. I've been speaking about that place for a very long time. Not the garage that they tore down, but the people who are involved in that. The people who are making us look bad. The people who are definitely not getting help. I mean, we've got unchecked schizophrenics out here on the streets fucking shit up for all of us. Meanwhile, we're all assumed to be schizophrenics because of it. When it comes to being homeless, we're all guilty by association. A lot of homeless people, just like a lot of people in houses, are drug addicts. For homeless services, you get sent to places that feed homeless, and some of those homeless are not on drugs, and some of them are. When the police tell you to go to a church when you're assaulted, that the church will help you, and you go to the church and they're like, all we got is food. And then, of course, one of those drug addicts decides that he's going to have some mental issue, usually something to do with drug-induced schizophrenia or drug-induced psychosis. And next thing, you're getting assaulted on the Seventh-day Adventist church property where you've been sent to go get something to eat, and when you try to turn it in, you're told that it's your fault for going there. It's your fault for associating with those people. Oh, Jesus Christ. And then I got to get a hold of the county commissioner fella, right? Well, not on that link. I was hoping to try to send him something if possible. It's not like I don't make these efforts, and Mike has said more than once to try sending it over the internet. Not that I'm not trying. It's a broken link. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to fix this? This is eating up time, allowing my predators to destroy more evidence that's on their body cameras and their facility cameras in the jail. Last night I didn't really sleep, almost sort of, but with all the stuff that people who promised to help me end up piling on me as their help, I have had a complete and total backlog for, well, about 2 weeks now. Again, in addition to the backlog I got already. See, when he didn't keep his evidence to come look at the evidence, or keep his word to come look at the evidence and then turn it in with me, the next day when we had a phone call and an appointment ready and he didn't keep his word, this is the thing that he seems to go out of his way to avoid, is keeping his word to help how I'm asking instead of pushing the help that he needs. So yesterday, with a fucked up back, I had to try to manage the best I could to make at least some room in here where I could start to organize this stuff. And I was able to get it halfway taken care of, but I am in a fucking shit ton of pain. So all night I was squirming, and I'm like, I am in so much pain. I should make a video, but then I'm like, I'm probably gonna end up screaming because I'm in pain on the video, and it's like fucking way too early for that. Can't be screaming at 2, 3, or 4 in the morning at YouTube. So I should probably go for a walk to stretch out so I don't end up basically with all my joints freezing up. I don't mean literally freezing up, like as in frozen, as in, Sub-Zero and all that. I mean freezing up, like seizing up, like not wanting to work. Anyway, I was gonna try to make this a 2-minute video. It ended up being 10 minutes. I gotta move a bunch of heavy stuff so I can get out of here and go get me some breakfast, and then I'm coming back to work. Now, I was gonna post up a lot of videos last night and do a lot last night, but like I said, a lot of people wanted to pick up too many things and volunteer for everything. While we're not at that point. We need to make a checklist, and we can't get through the checklist if you're going to volunteer for literally everything. What I need you to do is listen. We're making a checklist. If I say we're making a checklist 30 times, then we need to make sure that we write this stuff down so that we do this in an organized way instead of willy-nilly. It's because that's what really needs to be done. If you don't know what's going on, you're not going to give good advice, and your help isn't going to be very useful. If you're volunteering for everything, we're not going to get through just the checklist. Now it's been, you know, over a week of trying to coordinate with this feller the parts that I needed help with. He promised me he was going to stop pushing all this other stuff, and he was going to help me with what I was asking for, and just simply hasn't. He's changed the rules several times since then and decided that he needs to redo this and redo that to do it the way that he wants to do it, and it's only going to be the way that he wants to do it, literally just like the situation with Vicky Rain, just like the situation with Shannon Alvarado, just like the situation with my dad, just like the situation with Jamie in Rapid City, South Dakota, just like the situation with Lan Engeline and Carl Rogers and the people in those groups. They already decided. And because they already decided what was going on without asking, and already decided that they're going to do what they want, I have to go along with what they want, or I'm not trying to get help. Meanwhile, you get to see how being dependent on them means that I have to let them bully me. I have to let them steal from me. I have to let them take more from me than I have to give. And in order for them not to do that, I have to give more than I have to give before they take it from me, before they commit a crime. Hopefully, if I can give them enough that they don't steal from me because I'm giving enough, maybe they will actually try to help. But the reality is that's not how it works. So you guys want to give advice, and instead of hearing why it doesn't work, you've already assumed that it works and that I'm just not willing to try, and therefore you're not willing to try. And this needs to stop. I'm a person, a human being, not a retard that needs you to make his decisions for him. And this is what this guy is still doing, is making my decisions for me. I don't need you to do that. I need you to look at evidence before fucking jumping to conclusions. Look at all of the information before forming a conclusion. This is fucking grade school shit.